Well, today is the day. July 21st, guys. I'm sure it's been here for 21 days. It's been 2 days. This wave is raining. It's been raining all week for 10 days, guys, so it's cricket. It's not going to grow as fast as last week. But as you can see, now it has. It's almost as good as the bees. It's almost as bad as
You're
a bee.
the little
bee, not the bee. Well, it's pretty even, and the density is very thick. That's a lot thicker than before, guys. As you can see, my blister on this batch, it is. Well, at the bottom is a folding blister and the second layer is a standing blister. Blister stand and I fold very thick. Like, I shared the video first. It's a new kind of blister. If you look at the previous video, you will see that kind of folding. I think this is very good, see? It feels like a cricket it. There is a better growing space. Because I put it like this. It's going to be 2 or 3 times more like that. Space compared to the Kia type. That and this one. I'm feeding it a dry bran. Rather than feed the bran. It's raining these days. Temperature it's low. So if you eat bran, it doesn't eat up. It's prone to mold. The other day I saw it was finished. Now I have to switch to dry bran feeding. I will feed you dry bran. All day, not by the hour. Here you see this. I will feed a. Fill the trough always, feed all day lie all day. Because of this, he's not worried. Is it moist or moldy? But eat dry bran like this. We have to be mindful. It's vegetables with water that we have to replenish regularly. If you don't have vegetables, you have water. Frequent magnet. Make sure there is always water in the water. These guys are drinking. Its demand for water is enormous. To the stage where it is about 20 days old like this. It's a very strong drink, you guys. Feed him vegetables, you must have a full water pipe. Water pipe allocated in the cage. In every corner there is to crank it. Is there a need or is it to a drink? Then the cricket will be healthy. But if there is a lack of water, it's going to be very weak in the flapping phase. It's raining like this. Vegetable feeding is also okay. But feed your vegetables. Don't eat too much on rainy days. This is because the temperature outside is not a. If you don't eat vegetables, it is very easy to accumulate water. You see, it's very thick. This barn is 6 square meters. It looks very thick and beautiful. And over here. Over here. These cages are slowing down, guys. It blooms slower than those Kia sheds. About 2 BA days. In general, I'm testing one in each cage. The way the blister is laid. It's as different as this barn. This is a blister, this is a blister. The name in the middle is something like this. That. It's also very thick. It's fine. Watch this. The chair is still beautiful. On both sides, there are gutters and water pipes above. That too. Every cage is like this. If you have a water pipe, be careful. It's leaking. Silicone glue things put it in. Should I do a 4:2 spool or a 60 spool? And the Persian is a little small. This is a type of A because, according to the type, it's about to be arranged. And the ranking is still the same, like this other way of setting it up. Then the barn over there, guys, over there, let me stay close. That cage, it's a different kind of setting. Here you see. This time, I'm experimenting with how to set it up. A little bit of each cage for it. Let's see how it fits, it will. Okay, it will reach the output. Because I went to many camps and found that each camp was a different kind of camp. And is the camp running? I want to experiment to see what it is like. Usually we raise crickets from a young age, but at this stage it hit her head. It means it's been through A wave is not lost. Because it is often lost. The range from at age 3 until about age 7. At the time when it first molted you. It will be lost for the first time. That comes to the stage. To the 20-day-old stage and find it so thick. This proves that, through that stage, it's pretty good peeling off. At this stage, it will be less painful. But it's a second-degree level. 8 to 30 days old, 32 BABA days old. It's the last time it's mutilated. It's also lost a lot at that stage. It's missing. I've shared a lot before, so many reasons. Well now too, that share in today's video framework. It's very difficult, I know it is. There must be a cage. How did it happen at the time? Turn around and say it is clear. Now just list out. It's hard for you to imagine, but you can imagine that. In the process of growing crickets, it's twice as easy to lose. That's when it first blooms, until the first molt. For the second time. That's the last time, the last molt. It's easy to lose. There are stages like. This is very easy, so usually. It's easier to make a bird cricket than it is to make your wing cricket is that it will be harder. 2. Because from now until the crayfish stage, it's crayfish. Very little of this loss. Unless there's something wrong with your food. Or maybe you're a poor fellow. Let it be unusual. Was it in shock or, if he gets some extra water, he'll just die. And this stage. When it comes to milk, I think it's almost as if there's very little loss. If any of you want to make a bird. At this stage, when the bird crickets, it's very strong. In about 10 days, it's all on crickets, guys. It's July 21st, you know. About 10 days. I'll come back and show you. At that time, it was all chopsticks. Well, it looks very thick. Here it is. In a few days I'll be back in the middle. This I will. This time I'm going up the pyramid. But that, I'll wait for it to grow around the tip of the wand. Then I went up again. 2. This is the second one I have tested and I'll finish the test soon and move back. My new camp. It's under Bournemouth Airport. It is expected to be at the end of August. I'm going to start running the camp. It starts in a few days. I'll come down and show you the building. That camp. In a few days I'll put Google Maps on it. Well, I'll invest in that camp and make it work. That's why I had to rent a warehouse nearby. In the center of Bournemouth. Let me do the test. Of course I have experience. I've kept it for a long time, but I want to change the way I feed. Make it more suitable. Because I see. I can still grow what I produce is good. I see there are many camps. The output is even better. I want to before. That replicated the great camp. I want to learn about such small camps. It increases the output of the big camp. To do SEO to optimize the cost. As much as possible. Let it raise the A's and raise the A's. It's profitable because you know that. To invest in a camp of about 500 to 700 square meters. The cost of investing it also. A lot, not a little. The bigger the manager, the harder it is to manage. Management is not tight, it's the output and the effect it doesn't have. So I've got to make a momentum run. Make it regular from. It's a small model like this. I'm going to build a big camp down there. I hope it goes well. And I'll share it little by little. Like that, of course, there are brothers and sisters who are very strong. I didn't say, but for those of you who are new to farming, or are raising but not very successful. Through short videos like this. Then you will. There's a view. There are lessons to learn from experience. For example, if I make a mistake, I will pass. You can also avoid it. There's no repeating the path. Or maybe it's my mistakes. You are shorter than that. Successful time for you and you will have a source of income. It's better with this job. I hope so. And today's video. Please allow me to stop here. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next videos.